Hi, it's Etharal here for EGN, and today we are back with our Warhammer mod for the Mount and Blade Warband. So this is obviously Warsword Conquest, a game we've been playing for quite a while now. We managed to obviously expand Samuel's kingdom, and well, actually establish Samuel's kingdom, not actually expand it. Unfortunately, there's still a very long way to go before we can actually expand it. Unfortunately, I think we would really like to have taken that eastern castle from us. Unfortunately, it does seem like the vampire counts have managed to beat us to the punch there. So instead, we're just going up. We're going to try and look at improving our actual army that we keep with us a little bit to obviously be able to then transfer through that to the castle to be able to, you know, increase the defenses with that even more. Obviously, by the next payday, we should have our merchants in the Chaos Land start sending us some actual money. So, you know, we're going to be able to expand our forces and have them at an even higher level and be able to support them, which is obviously always a good situation for us to find ourselves in. Here, obviously, we are just obviously attacking a village, defending it against some bandits that have infested it. Although I say bandits, it is actually obviously ninja, which is more than a little bit strange, really, to be finding ninjas. I was thinking the old world. I know obviously there is obviously the Nippon colonies, which are basically Japan. I'm not sure if they are still canon. Well, I say still canon, and they were still canon before the world was destroyed. It's sort of something they've kind of struck me as a little bit strange, as something that didn't quite fit with anything else in the actual Warhammer world, the idea of Nippon. But there you go, it's in there anyway, and so we are going to have to deal with them. And of course, well, I say deal with them, we are going to basically have to remove them from this village and in some small way from our game and from our Warhammer world with any luck. And so here, they have managed to actually do a good bit of damage to us. That was mainly just because, even though obviously we do have some reasonable army here, we are managing to taking a good bit of damage and soak it. Unfortunately, due to the amount of them just hitting us constantly, you know, one hit which does 1 damage is not a lot, but 100 hits that do 1 damage each, you know, ends up becoming quite a lot, which obviously it wasn't 100, but you know, still enough for it to have been something that we felt. And so here we have managed to finish going around all of the actual Sylvania. We just stop off to sort of rest for the night in their southern city, when it does appear that somebody has put a bounty out on Samuel Morrstein here and sent some criminals after him. Of course, these guys, no match for him whatsoever. They severely underestimated him, and he pretty much just cuts through them without much second thought, and would probably quite love to know who it was that sent them. So here, skipping back up, when we are going up, obviously, to return to our lands, we do actually Samuel runs into a force of forest goblins. They obviously work very much the same as us in the sense that they work on mass numbers, and as we are outnumbering them, we have sort of obviously 90 odd and they have sort of 70 odd. We are in a pretty good position, so I think it's safe to say that we want to do this to be able to get quite a fair bit of experience if we can take all of these guys down. So here, Samuel has actually, you know, set all of his guys up, although he does overextend himself more than a little bit, you know, expanding, and, well, not expanding, moving further forward than his front line, and basically he took the brunt of the actual cavalry charge for the forest goblins. Probably not the best situation to be in and the smartest thing to have done, but there you go. That's, I suppose, just the way it is, and he's going to obviously now try and get back and get away from these goblins, get back between his army's battle line, and then hopefully the infantry should be able to bog these cavalry down, and then we can look at starting to pick people off again. We have taken a fair bit of damage, especially our horse. As you can see, the horse has taken more than a little bit, so hopefully the horse will stay okay, although it's a skeleton horse, so I'm sure, you know, just put, I guess, a bone back together like a puzzle and he'll be okay. And then going back to our obviously usual plan here of basically trying to take out the archers a little bit to actually, you know, reduce the damage that they can do on our infantry, and we're just going to sort of keep running in between all of these things and everything, just trying to, you know, pick off the odd guy when and as we can. They're not really getting us all that much experience, you know, only about 100 or so experience, never mind each time. I was going to say not getting as much, however, it does appear that they, because of them, we have leveled up. Levels here obviously are going to be something that are coming a lot slower, obviously, so we're going to need to definitely be a lot careful with where we are actually putting our skill points and attribute points, making sure that they are obviously going into places that are going to be of use. So there we go, managed to take them down with only 8 deaths ourselves, so you know, we actually managed to do pretty well there, getting 19 renown as well, so definitely a very good situation. And here you can see that Samuel is definitely improving obviously as we do go, and so I am going to actually aim to try and get my agility, I believe, up to 15, so by 23 I should be able to do that. Reason being is that I just want to get my riding up to rank 5 so that I can get a better horse. This one is, well, it's a skeleton horse and it's not terrible. I feel it's like not the best. It doesn't really look good. I would like to get a sort of proper Sylvanian vampire horse in its full armor and everything like that. I think would go a lot better and would help me to really give the air of a true vampire count which is leading his own force. However, after obviously the battles, we do return to our keep just to be able to sort of show you obviously transferring over all of our forces. So we are getting rid of basically a lot of the forces or the lower level forces in the actual keep, and then transferring them over some more experienced guys. We do add in a couple of sharpshooters as well, just to bring that up to a nice round sort of 35 number. So round, probably not the right word, but you know, that's okay. And so as we do obviously expand that again, we do find ourselves in another fight. We are actually attacked. Well, I say attacked, we pretty much turned around and allowed them to attack us, the Chaos Dwarves. And so these are people, as we're outnumbering them sort of near enough 2 to 1, although they are definitely quite experienced units. You know, they are a lot more skilled than our own forces, but you know, we will actually still likely be able to take them down, given that we do outnumber them 2 to 1 with any luck. So we'll just mention well, see, if you are enjoying this series, we'll be going on hopefully for quite a while, so do be sure obviously to subscribe. Don't want you obviously to miss out on any actual updates or anything like that, and notifications on this actual playthrough series and everything. Obviously the easiest way to get all of those notifications, everything, is to hit that subscribe button. So here, getting back to this fight though, you can see the Chaos Dwarf infantry have now hit into us, and so we are going to have to be very, very careful. Obviously their blunderbuss shots, as we have seen in previous episodes, really, really pack a punch, and not something, oh, that was pretty much not what we wanted to have happen. Would seem like they have actually, the Chaos Dwarves of all people, have actually teamed up with a group of Empire. Luckily, by the looks of things, there was a witch hunter that actually 2 witch hunters I believe that I've seen in there as well. So the Chaos Dwarves have teamed up with the witch hunters just to take Samuel Morrstein down, which seems like a bit of a strange one, but oh, and they take his horse down, and then yep, he has also taken him down. So there we go. So Samuel Morrstein, he hits the dirt quite badly there, and obviously when he comes through though, he does find out that his force has managed to overwhelm his enemies though still, and he sort of managed to limp away. He's still obviously quite hurt by the time he does obviously cross the river, run into an old war boss friend that he does recognise. He has fought on the battle with this guy before and decides to move in to help him out and give him a little bit of support, taking out this force of dwarves. These are obviously normal dwarves, not chaos dwarves, so they are, again, I mean, we do massively outnumber these ones, near enough sort of 10 to 1 sort of thing almost. However, you know, they are still dwarves. They aren't going to go down without some form of a fight. And also as well, as you've just seen there, I mean, 604 experience for killing a slayer. They are somebody who definitely are good sources of experience to be able to hopefully expand our levels further, as obviously, as I mentioned, it's going to probably take quite a while to actually improve to the next level. This guy again, luckily a crossbow guy there, as he obviously did hit me directly on a very close distance. If that had been a blunderbuss, that would have gone even worse there, and I think I would have probably been knocked out in another fight. So I'm still not quite fully recuperated from the last one, obviously, but we do manage to take them down with relative ease. Oh sorry, I do apologize, it wasn't 10 to 1, I believe that thought there was only 10, there was actually 30 of them, so actually it was still 3 to 1, and there you go. The war boss definitely likes us now, relationship rating of 15, so very, very happy to have seen us and to have fought with us. And so here we skip ahead a few days, we go and Rastignac Castle, but then we do decide to come back to Sylvania, where once again there is another bounty on our heads. It would seem somebody is definitely very, very determined to kill us, although pretty much cut through them like knife through butter really there. So pretty much going to leave it there for this session. So hope you obviously did enjoy the video. If you did enjoy, please, as mentioned, obviously do be sure to subscribe for any future notifications of content coming out, and thank you very much for your time. I have been Etharal, and I shall see you next time here at EGN.